Hey, all right. You're listening to the Dead Man's Tome podcast. How's it going? Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's show, we're talking about deep fried horror, Dead Man's Tome deep fried horror, Cthulhu cheeseburger. It's been a while since the Dead Man's Tome podcast actually talked about what Dead Man's Tome has published, has put out there. But here we're doing that tonight. We got a story in here that we're going to talk about, and we have the author of that story on. The story is the macabre and blasphemous horror of the chocolate cake Twinkles by M. Kelly Peach. M. Kelly Peach, how's it going?
Good. Excited to be here.
Hey, it's good to have you. Which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to grab a copy of Cthulhu Cheeseburger, it's available on Amazon at a nice price of $6.99, the price of a good double meat, double cheeseburger. Okay, and if you want to get a discount, you can. Just become a patron. Just become a patron for like, what, $2? You can have access to it. Wow. It's like I'm just giving it away. All right. By the way, this show is sponsored in part by Kraken Black Roast Coffee Rum. I wish it was sponsored by them because this stuff is delicious. I don't know if you drink much, but man, I tried this out tonight. Finally, I got some, and it's as good as it sounds. It's great. I love it. Mr. Peach, do you drink much?
I do not.
All right,
I do not.
okay.
Actually, I'm a recovering alcoholic addict.
I apologize. Well, more for me then. More for me. It's okay.
No problem. That's right. More for you.
Yes. Yeah, this show kind of enables my habit here. If you're listening for $5, you can make me chug a beer. For $10, make me take a shot. You know, what have you. And you know what? For every 5 likes, I'll be eating some Twinkies here. Because you know, it fits the theme of the show. Anyway, let's go get this started. Mr. Peach, who are you and what do you do?
Well, I'm a husband, father of 4 kids, grandfather of 1 grandson. Oh, actually 3 grandsons, and we got another one on the way.
Oh, wow. That's pretty busy. And how long have you been writing?
I've been writing for 30 or 35 years. The first 30 years, it was off and on because I was working full time, and I had kids. So, you know how that goes. You just write when you can make some time. Then when we got the empty nest, the kids all grew up and left the home. Then I had more time. I could put more time into it. And then in 2017, I retired early from my job with the state of Michigan.
Okay.
To pursue writing full time.
Oh, look at that. And how's that working for you?
2018 was tough.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, nothing was happening for me. 2019 was better. I had a few acceptances, and 2020 started off with a bang because deep fried horror, Full Use Cheeseburger accepted my story, and we're going from there.
Hey, look at that. Yeah, I know it's a modest token payment of $10, but hey, you know what? With y'all's support, I'll be able to offer more. That's the thing. And the people who work with me know that I'm usually very generous because, like, I really make no money out of this, and it's more like the money I make, I usually am just giving back to the authors anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at that. Anyway, so first, before we talk about your story, where could other people find your work? Like, you have new books out there, and novellas, or is it just short stories?
At this point, it's been mostly stories and essays. I don't have any books out there.
Right.
I've been associated with a number of anthologies, and I do have a author's page with Amazon.
Okay.
So you could go there, and there's about a half a dozen different anthologies, including Deep Fried Horror, Dead Man's Tome, listed there.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. So let's get into this. Tell us about your story, which I have to say, before you get into that, is I really liked it. It's a quick little piece. It's flash fiction, so you have 1,500 to 2,000 words to really tell something that's interesting, and it's relatable. It's relatable, and it really captured the Cthulhu cheeseburger vibe. It's Lovecraftian. You have the Lovecraftian references there. You have a Hastur, and you have the yellow symbol, and you have the guy is going crazy. He's trying to explain to his wife, no, you don't understand. It's a yellow symbol. It's the yellow symbol. She's like, just get the stuff. Let's just go. You know, but he's drawn to it. And one thing I like too is, which some people may have a problem with, I don't know, but I enjoy it, that it does kind of end on like a cliffhanger sort of thing, like where if you wanted to, if you gave me permission to, I could actually turn this story into kind of like the part of a writing contest, where like, hey, or just for fun, you know, be like, hey, okay, so these chocolate cakes do this sort of thing. What happens next? You know that, but no, we could talk about that as well. So anyway, you like that? I just kind of kissed your ass right there. It's a good story though. It's good. All right, so tell me about the story.
Okay, so I actually was in a grocery store here locally, and I saw this display of chocolate cake Twinkies. And my immediate reaction was, what in the hell is this? How can Twinkies come out with this abomination? Chocolate cake Twinkies.
Oh.
It's just not right. You know, they're yellow sponge cake, cream-filled treats. Mm-hmm. They're not chocolate cake Twinkies. So from there, I just riffed, you know, and then I just started going over the top, and quickly, almost immediately, when I started writing the story, I knew it had to be Lovecraftian. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, if you're going to go over the top, you know, that's where you got to go. Right. Anyways, that's what I thought. So that's what I did. So, you know, I set the story, for the most part in that grocery store, and he tries to fight off this mesmerizing, powerful force that wants him to eat these Twinkies, and he does so for a while, but then after some time passes, he goes back in, and they're there again, and he gets sucked into it, and he just can't help himself. And then he buys the Twinkies, and discovers that, you know what, they are really good. And so then he's eating them.
They're delicious.
More, and you know, and I did my research, because I'm that kind of writer. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to do your research when you write. So right. I did buy a box of chocolate cake Twinkies, and I did eat the entire box, except for one. I think my wife had one. She was not a big fan, but I actually do like them. But I don't even know if they sell them anymore. I don't think I've seen any lately. Have you?
Wait, the chocolate ones, I haven't. I have not. But wait, is your wife not a big fan of the chocolate Twinkies, or the fan of you eating the whole box of chocolate Twinkies? Probably both.
A fan of the chocolate cake Twinkies. She's a traditionalist. She likes the yellow too.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now we're sitting on 2 likes. If we get 3 more likes, for every five likes, I'll be eating Twinkies. I'll tell you what, after every 5 likes, for every like in addition, I'll just be eating a Twinkie. So I got a whole box, so you can make me regret this. Come on now. Come on. That's what I do. Anyway. But that's what I liked about your story. It's relatable. I think anyone who's ever had a Twinkie or ever had that desire for one can relate to this. I mean, You're not supposed to eat them. You shouldn't. They're not healthy. But I don't know. The designer, the inventor of Twinkies, he claimed even after his death that they're healthy. They're fine. They're fine. In fact, his grandsons ate Twinkies and they're fine. They played on football teams. They went to college.
Yeah, they certainly are delicious. I don't know about health food.
Now, about your story, like, why, as far as the Lovecraftian reference goes, why Hester? What's going on there?
Because the marketing for the box of the chocolate cake emphasized the yellow, as opposed to the original has more of the blue color to it. Yeah.
Okay.
So that immediately made me think of Hester.
Hester. Okay. Yeah. When I think of Hester, no, The Whisper in Darkness. That's one of my favorite Lovecraftian stories. Lovecraft stories, and that's where you kind of get a hint of him a little bit. That's kind of cool. I like that. You have a favorite, I guess, Cthulhu mythos, creature, or entity, ancient one, older one?
I did some research in that. I mean, I've read all of Lovecraft. I have pretty much everything he's written, but I read them when I was still a teenager and in my 20s. So it was, 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
So I did go online and do some research. But I like Shoggoth. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Hey, you're doing better than I am. I don't even think I pronounced Hester correctly. I don't even know if that's how you're supposed to say it.
That's how I say it, yeah.
Right? Oh, I don't even know if I don't say Cthulhu right. Is it Cthulhu or Cthulhu? Or Cthulhu?
That's been the controversy ever since he came out with that, about 100 years ago when he first started writing them?
Right.
I don't know that that's ever really been resolved.
Right. Because that's part of the mythos, part of the lore, is that you're not supposed to be able to pronounce it right. It's not really pronounceable. But
right,
okay.
Right.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Right.
But
I really think it's the greatest mythos probably ever created. Certainly in the horror genre. When you look at all the stories, all the novels that has been generated from his creation, it's just amazing. The movies, it really is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much you could do with it. It's just a matter of tapping into it and using it. In which there's a lot of work now, a lot of literature. Movies, they're kind of slowly get into it. It's kind of hit and miss sometimes. I'm really surprised they haven't tried to turn it into like some sort of cinematic universe like they did with Marvel. But
right,
we'll see.
Right, I think the potential's there. Yeah. Have you seen The Color Out of Space?
Oh no, the new one with Nick Cage.
Right,
I've not seen. I saw the trailer, and I was actually really interested. The same people who did Mandy did that. Oh man, it has to look good. Is it good?
I have not seen it. Oh. My son out in L.A. has seen it. He said it's really good.
Okay, that's good. Man, that's weird too. Nick Cage, he's in some weird stuff now, but it's working. Like when I saw Mandy, I was like, "This is a pretty good Nick Cage movie." I don't know if you've ever seen that one, but it's pretty wild too. Oh man. Okay, about your story. Bring back to the story. Okay. Now, I like that you called them Twinkles, which I understand why you called them Twinkles because, avoid using the trademark and all that, right? Did you know that Twinkles is actually one of the first names to, like, that's what. Okay, so the idea is the person who created the Twinkie got the name Twinkie from Twinkles, like a brand of shoe, a brand of like, woman's shoe.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. That's very interesting.
Right, it's random facts. Random facts here. Random facts about Twinkies. That's what we're getting here on this show. You'll learn more. Let's see. Twinkies are the product of the Depression, 1930s. They had ran out of. They had a shortage of strawberries. So they're like, well, we got all these recipes, all the ingredients. Let's make cakes, cream filled. But originally it was like banana filled, banana cream filled. But then World War II happened. They had a ration on bananas, so they switched to vanilla. Okay. All right. Now, what's interesting about Twinkie, I don't know about this. Have you heard of the Twinkie defense? I think we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, no, I had not heard about that either.
Yeah.
That's kind of a fascinating defense.
Yeah. So I think, 1978, the defendants for the counsel for Dan White. Dan White was on trial for murdering Harvey Milk and George Moscone. I don't know if I said that right. And their defense was that he suffered diminished capacity as a result of depression, which they used the wrappers of Twinkies, all the Twinkie wrappers, as proof that he's depressed, or at least a sign that he's depressed. Clearly, my client is depressed, Your Honor, as he's just eating a crap ton of Twinkies and he just won't stop, right? It's just, Did it work? He got the charge reduced down to manslaughter, so there's that. So
I don't know if I could buy in that if I was a juror.
That
sounds crazy.
I know, right? It doesn't seem like it would work, but like, that's bullshit. No, you're guilty of murder.
Yeah.
But that actually did happen. That is real. That is real. Oh man. But now you said,
in my main character, once he started eating one Twinkie, he just kept eating more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't help himself, so I don't know.
They are addicting. They can be.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah. And you're definitely gonna feel depressed afterwards with all the weight you have, right?
Right. Yeah.
Let's see. By the way, guys, we're sitting at 4 likes. One more like, and I'll eat this Twinkie. And after all those likes, there we go. We got 5 likes. I'm eating this fucking Twinkie. Okay. All right. While I'm doing this, what else can you tell us about your story? Anything you had to research? I know there was the Twinkies, but you had to familiarize yourself with any Lovecraftian lore or anything?
Yeah, I did some of that. I really tried to use Lovecraft's diction. A lot of words, like entropic abomination, Shogothian monstrousness, lots of good stuff like that. That's Lovecraft loved to write that way. It's sepia oblong desecration, on and on. So I had a lot of fun with that. It's fun to just kind of, there you go.
Yeah, there's a delay.
It's fun to write that way.
Yeah, see, that's what I liked about it. So your story, it is flash fiction, right? You're limited to how many words you can use to tell your story. But within that...
Yeah, it's only 1,400 words.
You put in all the little bits and pieces to show reference to Lovecraft, not just to do it and pay service, but it was actually part of the story. I like how you worked it in. And it's very relatable because we've all been there shopping and being tempted by something, and your wife's like, "No, you shouldn't. You're on a diet." It's like, damn it. I'm here. That's happening now. You think my wife's happy about this? No. That's just the first one. Y'all can make me eat another one. Come on, make me eat two. So to work out tomorrow morning. That's what I'm just building up for that. That's what's happening here. Oh, okay. Now, you mentioned research. You research your stuff as you write, right? What is the craziest thing you had to look into?
The craziest thing I had to look into.
Yeah, like if we looked into your internet history, are we going to find any doozies?
Probably not. You know, I wrote a story about, the main character was a horologist. So I did a ton of research into, clockwork stuff and clockmaking.
Oh, okay.
Things like that.
I like that.
So yeah, I can't think of anything wild and crazy right now.
So you didn't have to look into how to get rid of a body, how to bury, how to, hide evidence or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
No, nothing like that.
Okay. Must be something you already know. I'm just messing with you.
Right.
No. You're good. Okay. Now, you mentioned earlier that you're surprised that they even have a chocolate Twinkie and that was an abomination. Like, what is that? Oh, man, there's some other forms, other flavors. I don't know if you're ready for this. I'm going to throw some on the screen here. Some I think I sent you an image of beforehand. But they have coffee flavored Twinkies. Coffee flavored Twinkies. Because what you need, I guess if you can't have a cup of coffee and eat a Twinkie, which, I mean, is a Twinkie is it like a coffee food? Is it like a coffee cake? I don't think it's a coffee cake, is it?
No, I don't think we could call it that.
Mm-mm.
And I'm not a coffee drinker.
Oh.
I'm a tea guy.
Okay.
So I couldn't do the coffee Twinkie.
So then they make a tea flavored. What tea? Earl Grey?
I like Earl Grey. I like Red Rose tea. I like Constant Comment. English breakfast teas are all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they need. Twinkies. Twinkie. English breakfast flavored. There you go. Or Picard flavored, and it's
that sounds
Earl
better
Grey.
to me.
Oh. Now, coffee flavor. Yeah, I don't know who this is supposed to appeal to. Like, I like coffee. I like Twinkies. I want my Twinkie to taste like coffee. I don't know much of a coffee drinker, probably for this reason. Most people who drink coffee don't even really like the taste of coffee. They put sugar and creamer in their coffee, right?
Yeah, right. You're right.
No,
yeah, my wife is one of those people who just likes a little bit of coffee with her cream and sugar. Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But that's not the worst. Let me see. Let me pull up the next one. What else we got here? We got the coffee flavored one. Of course, we have the regular one. This right here. I don't even know if this is real. I sent this to you. This one right here, the potted meat. This can't be real, right? Is that real?
I saw that.
The potted meat Twinkies?
Yeah. Please don't let it be real. That's a true abomination right there. True abomination.
The inventor of the Twinkie, which I should know this, how much I've been looking at this stuff. James Dewar, I don't know if I said that right. James Dewar, he'll be rolling in his grave right now. You see this stuff. Potted meat in the Twinkie?
Yeah.
Come on now. Who would even eat it?
That's truly horrific.
Yeah. Yeah, that has to be a joke flavor. There's no way you could do that. But you know what's not a joke? Apparently this is something... Leave it to the internet to come up with stupid stuff and let things be a thing. Twinkie Hot Dog. You ever ever in the mood for a Twinkie Hot Dog?
A Twinkie Hot Dog?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yep. The stub. Use a Twinkie as the bun. Put a hot dog right there and put some goat cheese. Just put some cheese on it.
Kind of like almost like a sweeter version of a corn dog, I guess. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
You're being nice. This is like you gave up on life, sort of. This is like you're divorced and your kids left you and your work's failed and you're just on the couch. You're just fuck it. I know you don't cuss. You're just in that mode. You're just in that mood. You're just.
Right.
If I don't want to judge, everyone has their low points, but if you're doing this, you probably at that low point.
Yeah, it's like it's the last three things in the house. You got a few Twinkies, you got some hot dogs, and there's some cheese there. Cheese in a jar.
Kroger's brand too, man.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Yeah. Well, we're not all winners. Oh, man, but that's something you do to yourself, by the way. You do that to yourself if you do that. It sounds like something I may try as a way to humiliate myself. That's what I tend to do. I don't know if you probably got that gist on the show. A lot of the jokes are kind of at my expense, just for the fun of it. That's fun. It's fun. I don't know if I could do that, though. I don't know.
No, I couldn't do it.
Okay. Now, have you heard of the Twinkie Cereal? This is a thing. This is real.
No, but see, now I'm kind of intrigued with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would try that.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'll get a bowl of this tomorrow. I'm going to get a box of this if I can find it. I
got to go grocery shopping tomorrow, so I'm thinking I'm going to look for those.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, guys, we're at 5 likes. One more like, and I'll eat another Twinkie. I'll tell you what. If we reach 10 likes, I don't know how we're going to do that. If we reach 10 likes, I'll take a shot of this coffee rum right here. Come on. Look at that. Let's make that happen. Make that happen. Anyway, yeah. I wonder if the little pieces are all cream filled. I mean, they would have to be. Hey, Peach, you're not diabetic, are you?
No, okay. No, I'm not.
Then you might be after eating this. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Oh man. Okay. Now that's not the worst flavor. That's just. Well, actually, that might be the worst. I don't know. There's other things. So I found a. Well, first let me put this on the screen here. This is like, I guess, someone using Spam. This is real, by the way. Someone's using. They used a Twinkie and Spam filler to make a Twinkie Spam sushi roll. Why are you doing this? This was on Pinterest. This is real. This isn't fake.
Okay,
that's what that is. The blurred background,
yeah,
you can see Spam and you can see the Twinkie box and you see what it's like. They took the photo as if they're trying to really glorify it as much as they can. No. Would you eat that?
No, it's making, just looking at it is making my stomach queasy. And that's true blasphemy right there.
Yeah. Oh God. Would Haster approve?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yes, some sort of demonic thing there. It's horrible.
Yeah. You know what? If you're eating this stuff, if you're cooking it and you're serving it, you are probably serving Haster. Like, he's probably infected your brain. He's probably using you to spread his, I don't know, his message, his influence. Yeah. Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah.
What else do we have here?
Yeah.
Some other abominations, which, by the way, I know on the header here it says, would you eat a 40-year-old Twinkie? You know, the myth is that Twinkies don't ever age, right? Or Twinkies will last forever. So they don't have a shelf life.
That's what they always say.
Well, that's not really true at all. They those preservatives will only last for so long. They will go out. I think after 20 years it turns hard as a rock, and 40 years I'll show you what it looks like, and you can let me know if you want to eat it. Let's see other flavors. I think people have seen this before. Shrek, yeah, like we need Shrek Scream filling in a Twinkie. Okay, I'll just leave that one as that. Like we need that. Look at that. That's nasty. Then you have Moonberry. What the hell is a Moonberry?
Moonberry.
What is a Moonberry?
I have no idea.
I don't even know.
Oh, there we go.
It looks hard too. It doesn't look soft. It looks like a rock. Oh, and then there's there's this I saw. You might like this one. I don't know. This is real. This is a Twinkie. It's a pulled pork Twinkie recipe. It's not even really a Twinkie. It looks like a Twinkie, but it's. Are you still there?
Yeah. I'm trying to visualize it.
Yeah, so it's like a cornbread casing, like a Twinkie, but you fill it up with pulled pork. You put some barbecue sauce on it. If you like meat, you like barbecue. I don't know. It looks. Oh, okay. I guess we'll give that a try. I don't know.
So, I like cornbread. I bake a lot. I'm a serious baker, and I make real good cornbread.
Ooh, okay.
Like pulled pork. Love that. Not sure about the whole Twinkie part of it though.
Right. It's not actually a Twinkie part. It just looks like a Twinkie. That's all it is. It's. I looked at this recipe, and it has nothing really to do with a Twinkie. It just looks like Twinkie. Someone called it like redneck Twinkies, and that's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
That's just on here just to show people. That's all that is.
Okay. Okay.
There's other. I think that's it.
I might go for that. I would give that a try.
Right? That one I definitely do.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to put on the screen here, I'll put on the screen for those watching, those listening on the podcast part. The audio is what's important. The video is not important. Which I know, Mr. Peach, like the audio is what's important, so don't worry. If you don't really see it, that's okay.
Okay.
I'm going to post some videos here real fast. A guy who's going to eat a 20-year-old Twinkie. Okay, and then we'll do the 43-year-old Twinkie. All right, you ready?
Oh, I'm hoping I can see this. This sounds interesting.
Oh, it should be. It should be. Let me crinkle the volume here. Hopefully it's not too loud. Let's see. All right.
Still taste.
Okay.
Recently I was moving and
you hear
I
it?
found a 20-year-old Twinkie. The story is we moved into a house 20 years ago. We had some things in a box. It got pushed to the back. Now we moved to a new house and I found this Twinkie. I bought a new box of Twinkies. What I want to do is check this Twinkie out. Now I had a high school science teacher who told me Twinkies had so many preservatives that they'll never go bad. And after the apocalypse, all there will be is cockroaches and Twinkies, is what he said.
That's the joke, huh? That's the joke. It's in everything. It's in Zombielands and Family Guy. It's
Love that movie.
It's a meme, right? Oh, which in Zombieland, did you know he didn't actually eat a Twinkie? He did not actually eat a real Twinkie.
No?
Right. He did not. What was it? Because Tallahassee, name blank right now. I should know his name. Anyway, the guy who played Tallahassee is a vegan.
Okay.
So he's not going to eat a Twinkie because they actually do use some animal parts, some oil or something in there. So they used they had to like make a special one for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I love that scene where they find that truck with all the treats.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is a good scene. His love for Twinkies, man, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me go put this back on the screen here.
And I thought, what an opportunity to check and compare a 20-year-old Twinkie to a new Twinkie. So, first off, here's the 20-year-old Twinkie. Well, first let me show you a new Twinkie. This is a brand new Twinkie. I'll take it out of the packaging. It's very sticky, as Twinkies are. It's spongy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cut it in half.
Cuts easily,
And you
right
can
in
see
half.
inside
No resistance.
Very full of very soft, creamy filling. Now I will take apart the 20-year-old Twinkie. This Twinkie is still sealed. I'm going to unseal it right here. This Twinkie, surprisingly, has no mold on it. It still looks just like a Twinkie.
No mold. But you eat it?
That's amazing.
No mold. But what happens? What do you think happens?
Except it's not spongy and soft. I want to cut inside and see what the inside looks like.
Did you hear him cut into that? Oh, it sounded like a cucumber or something. It sounded tough. It sounded like it was like sawing into wood.
Inside, it looks like a Twinkie, but it's dry and hard. Now I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to taste it to see if it actually still tastes like a Twinkie. I hope I don't die.
Well, the camera's not on his face, so we don't really know if he eats it, I don't think. But here we go.
He's braver than I am. If he eats that...
Well, you hear him crunching.
It doesn't taste very good.
Of course not.
It doesn't taste bad. It just tastes like a dried out Twinkie, to be honest with you. I better taste the good Twinkie now just to do a comparison.
Well, I give him credit
It's about the
for
same,
doing the
only
research.
fresh, to be honest with you. So to my high school science teacher, who said Twinkies never go bad.
So wait a second. What does that tell you about Twinkies then? Because he's like, it tastes about the same except one's fresh. So Twinkies don't really taste that good. Oh man. Oh man. So that is a 20-year-old Twinkie. Now, what about a 43-year-old Twinkie?
No, I want to see the 43-year-old Twinkie.
Okay. All right, here we go. Now don't be mean now, okay? All right. I know it's 43 years old, but you know, we can't.
The Twinkie is definitely a treat that has stood the test of time, and not because it's literally been around forever.
I hope the background music playing in this video doesn't get this video like, you know, dinged for copy. I don't know if you're aware of what happens on YouTube, but it's very strict, you know. That's also a reason why I'm pausing it right now and just saying random stuff. But let's continue.
Ever, but because this hostess Twinkie at a
Okay. There's a delay, so I'll let it catch up for you, Mr. Peach. I call you Mr. Peach.
Yes.
But on that image right there, I don't know if you could see.
Yes.
But there looks like there's some hair, like hair, on the Twinkie.
Oh, that's really gross.
It looks like a sea sponge.
Maine
Yeah.
High School is now over 43 years old. Initially, it was a simple experiment started by retired science teacher Roger.
Oh, why? He keeps it in a special glass case. What?
Someone's not going to eat this, are they?
I don't know. I don't think you can. You know, this is YouTube. This is YouTube, and if kids are dumb enough to try Tide Pods because they think that's a viral meme and think that's funny, if they could do this, they would. You know, it just takes too long. It just takes too long for, millennials and all that, because they want something now. They can get Tide Pods right now. This would have to you have to brew this gag 43 years in advance. No, they're not doing that. Thank God.
Oh, yeah. That's a relief. Okay, good.
Let's see what happens, though. I don't know if anyone eats it.
Roger Benatti in 1976 at George Stevens Academy at Blue Hill, Maine. During his class about food additives and preservatives, a student asked the question, well, how long would a Twinkie last? Benatti didn't know the answer, but just like any good science...
Oh my God, the cream! You can't even see the cream filling. Like, it's all one rock.
Yeah.
The other interesting fact about Twinkies is that it was proposed to be in the millennial time capsule. Well, why? It's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. It's not gonna last forever.
Mm-hmm. But I could see why they put it in a time capsule. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, just a show. Like this is what a Twinkie is. But by the time, let's say like 80 years from now or 100 years from now, someone sees that capsule and they look at it and they see this petrified rock thing. And they're like, this is a Twinkie? People ate this? Well, it was actually much softer and creamy back in the day. Oh, man.
Right.
Let's see. I don't know if anyone eats it in this
He
video.
started an experiment.
I basically unripped the package, ate one of the Twinkies, and then put the other package up on the chalkboard.
Now, more than 43 years later,
It's older, it's grayer, and it's more flaky.
while Hostess describes the Twinkie on his website as the snack cake golden child, some now wonder what's really in it to make it last so long.
Yeah, just additives to make it last a little bit longer. That's all it is. It's still just egg, wheat, sugar.
Or maybe a little bit of magic from the elder ones. I don't know.
Maybe maybe Haster's influence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is a 43-year-old Twinkie right there. That is crazy. I don't think anyone in the right mind would eat that. No, not at all. Oh, man.
No.
So, all right. Now that we talked about Twinkies, I don't know if I have any more interesting facts about Twinkies. I think I went through all the Twinkie facts. Let's see. The Twinkie diet. There was a professor. Hey, do you believe this? In 2010, there was a professor in Kansas State University who was like, calorie count doesn't matter. Or no, not calorie. All really matters is calorie count to lose weight. he tried to prove this to his students by eating a diet of nothing but Twinkies. So he claimed. And he lost weight. He lost 27 pounds over a 2-month period. Okay. Pretty cool.
Probably because he got sick of them after a while.
But that's while eating them. I mean, you think he ate these Twinkies and he lost weight? Sounds too good to be true, huh?
I don't know about that diet. I couldn't do that one.
Well, if you're pressing X to doubt,
I could stand to lose a few pounds, but I'm not going to do it eating Twinkies.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're doubting the story, then that's good because it is kind of crap. This professor, like some professors, not all, but some professors, I could think of some. You might be able to think of some. Sometimes they have their head up their ass. Sometimes they, I don't know, they come up with something. This is it. No, he says he's on the Twinkie diet. He wasn't really on a Twinkie diet. He was also taking multivitamin and drinking protein shakes. So it's not just a Twinkie diet. It's a Twinkie diet, and then you have protein shakes and multivitamins, and then you snack on Twinkies, Oreos, and Doritos and stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay. If you watch what you eat, if you only eat like one Twinkie a day, then maybe. But at this point, I don't know if I can really trust what he said. You know, if he said, "Oh, I was on a Twinkie diet. I ate nothing but Twinkies and snack food," but it's like, no, man, you did more than that. You had protein shakes too. You know, you had multivitamins. You had fresh vegetables. He had fresh vegetables on his diet. That's not the same thing. That's not even what he said. That's not even what man, if I was a student in this class, I would call him out. Get an F and call him out. Be like, that doesn't make any sense. That's on the Twinkie diet. Come on.
Yeah. He was probably hitting the treadmill too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. I think that takes care of all the Twinkie facts. If there's any other Twinkie facts I haven't really talked about, any strange things, let me know in the chat. Feel free to. Meanwhile, let's shift gears real fast. So, Mr. Peach, you
okay.
Do you have a paranormal experience? Have you ever had a paranormal experience?
I have not. You know, someday I would love to see a ghost.
You would love to.
I really would.
I would too.
I'm kind of ambivalent. I go back and forth. Do I really believe in ghosts? Sometimes I think no. Sometimes I think, yeah, maybe there are such things as ghosts. I'd love to see one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in that camp too. You know, I hear stories. People say they've seen ghosts, heard stories. People say they've been touched by ghosts. Some people say they've been touched inappropriately by ghosts. Some people like they feel the presence. It's like, okay. You know, a lot of people come on the show. They share their stories. I try to make sure to ask. It's kind of a new question I try to ask all of our guests here. Now, do you believe in ghosts?
Right now, probably not. I'm leaning not towards believing in ghosts, but I'm not going to slam the door shut on it.
Okay.
I've heard too many people talk about it.
Right. Keep an open mind. Yeah, that's kind of where I stand too. It's like, you know, it could be true. I don't know. You know, it seems, I don't know. Stories kind of conflate at times. It's like, okay, what is going on here? You know. All right.
So
now,
you haven't had a paranormal experience either?
Well, I mean, I've had, but I don't really know. I mean, I've told this story before. One point in my life, a long time ago, I was involved with this one chick who was into Wicca, like that stuff. That's not really relevant, other than it kind of paints a picture of she was more spiritual, more open-minded and stuff like that. And she got me into like Ouija boards and stuff. Okay. So maybe the stuff she was telling me was in my head. And it was like about a week or so after she told me she felt a presence in my old house I used to live in when I grew up. And about a week later, after she told me that, I was sleeping in my room. My parents were out of town. No one was home. It was just me. My back was towards the door. So I was like, sleeping on my side. And I swear that I felt this. I felt like this pressure. Like I felt like something poked me. I know you're probably thinking this is going to some sort of lowbrow joke, which that's kind of what I do at times. But it poked me right on the small of my back. Like poked me like right on my spine. Like someone just got their thumb and just you're probably thinking this will be another lowbrow joke. Got the thumb and just put it right on the small of my back. Okay. I moved. It woke me up. I was like, what was that? I looked behind me. Nothing there. I have no idea what that was. Some say it was like nerves. It's like, okay. I've never experienced that ever again at all in any way. It was strange.
Interesting. Yeah, see, and I've heard stories like that all my life, so it just makes me wonder.
Yeah. Okay. What was the weirdest story you heard?
I remember when I was a kid, and one of my sisters saying that she saw this long, gnarled hand with like claws instead of fingernails coming out of a box. And a couple of her friends were there, and she said, "Did you see that?" And they said, No, we didn't see anything. So, probably just a hallucination. She was a kid.
Yeah. We were kids. That is a good way to... A good way to explain it, Okay. Now, do you have a favorite horror movie?
Favorite horror movie? When we were kids, we used to go to the Schaefer Theater.
Okay.
It was about a half mile from our house. And we used to see all those Hammer horror films.
All right.
And I loved them with like Vincent Price and Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee and all those guys. I think I really liked The Raven with, I think it was Vincent Price and Boris Karloff. Right, we're dueling wizards in that.
That's cool.
Yeah, I remember that. And The Tingler. I remember The Tingler too.
Yeah, Tingler's cool. The Raven, I don't think I've seen that one. Need to. Man, but Vincent Price, man, he plays a great villain.
Yeah.
We recently we watched House of Wax, like the original, to review it.
Yeah.
Man, that was a trip.
Yep.
You remember that movie?
I do. Yeah, I was like 10. My parents didn't care. They'd send me and my sisters off there. We were just kids. We'd see all those horror movies.
Okay, when you saw it, because when we reviewed it, it was like the first color. It was the first. What was it? Using stereo. What was the name of the technology? Stereo 3D. I know they use a lot of 3D too. Even back then, was it in color when you watched it, or was it black and white? Because I see black and white copies.
Color.
Okay, I thought so, because when I look it up, there's black and white versions, but it's like, no, it came out in color. So I don't know what this black and white version is. If it came out before or something.
I don't know. I seem to remember it in color.
Right. And I remember like it's noteworthy because of the technology that I used to make it, and of course he had Vincent Price. His performance was like the best in that in that movie. But yeah, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, what about these recent horror films? You watch any of these recent ones? Or you got an opinion about like slashers or the Conjuring films, and I don't know if you watched those.
Well, the recent one that I really liked was Get Out.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was excellent. The writing was really good. Acting was excellent. Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, Get Out was a good one. Get Out was really good. Did you see? Was it Us? Yeah, that's the name of that one. Did you see that one?
Did not see that one.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't hear too many good things about it. I don't know. It was like not on the same level as Get Out, but okay, all right. You know, you're not gonna hit that level of success every time, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, we are running out of time here, but before we go, do you have anything else you would like to plug? Anything in the hopper, in the chamber that you're working on that's about to be released?
I'm looking forward to a couple sonnets I wrote coming out in Fiddler's Green Peculiar Parish magazine.
Okay.
Supposed to come out sometime later in 2020. They haven't given me a date, but that's about the only thing I've got in the pipeline right now. Still, trying to sell a couple novels that I've written, and of course some short stories, a couple novellas that are out there. So hopefully 2020 will continue to be a good year for me.
Hey, I hope so too. I really do. It's hard out there, and it's actually the feedback from the author guests. It kind of gives me perspective there. I mean, is it getting harder out there to get your work accepted? Or is there a more? When I started Dead Man's Tome, it was like a lot of publishers were closing down. It seemed like it was like, especially smaller press, that would come up and they'd just go away. Is it harder to find places, harder to find venues that are open?
No, I think there's good news and bad news for writers in terms of getting published.
Okay.
The bad news is editors are in a position to be very, very picky because there's so many people writing and they get so much material. When you look back in the golden age of science fiction and fantasy and horror, mm-hmm. It didn't seem like there were that many writers. So now there's just a plethora of them. Mm-hmm. So they can be very picky. So it is hard to get acceptances. Unless you're really, really gifted. You just that natural gift that like a Terry Pratchett has or someone like that.
Okay.
That gets accepted right away. The good news is that there's a ton of markets out there. And unfortunately, they do come and go,
mm-hmm.
The smaller ones. But there are opportunities out there. Mm-hmm. You just got to get out there, do your research, and find your markets. And that's how I found yours. I'm on several lists, and yours popped up. And I had this story, and I thought, wow, this is going to be a good fit, I think.
Oh, you had the story in the chamber already. You had the story ready to go. It was like a Twinkie story.
Yeah.
Man, when I pitched Cthulhu Cheeseburger, I was like, man, this is a radical idea. I bet you I'm going to get 0 subs, maybe 3. And then it's like, but no, it didn't work that way. It was, people actually were into it. They liked it. The whole idea of,
oh yeah,
it's a quirky, it's a you might say irreverent. It's a little corny, cheesy. Well, it's in the name, cheeseburger. You know, it's fun because there's a lot of anthologies and books out there where it's like it's very serious, and we could do that too. But it's like let's take a break from that and do something fun with the Lovecraft stuff and just go wild with it. Cthulhu cheeseburger, you know, make the cover look greasy too, like. You know, it's
a great cover.
Thank you.
I love the cover, and I love the premise too. Yeah, have some fun with it. You know, Lovecraft didn't have much fun with his writing.
Right.
So this is a nice twist.
Yeah, he's probably a little too serious, and he was getting poor, or he wasn't making any money off it. And now people are making money.
Yeah.
More people are making money off of Cthulhu stuff than Lovecraft ever did. That's what's. Wow.
For sure. From what I understand, he made more money from his ghost writing. You know, I heard he did a lot of ghost writing.
He did.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's kind of true now in a way. Various guests come on, the author guests. They usually tell me, I'm not gonna say names, but you know, while they write, genre fiction, and it might help a little bit. It's really like writing other things kind of helps pay the bills, like writing other sorts of genre that may not be so, I mean, like romance, or writing other like things that are more popular, but also writing like articles, writing nonfiction, doing little writing gigs here and there.
Yeah.
You know, wherever you can. If you like to write and that's your passion, don't just limit it to horror, you know. That's one thing I've learned. It's not something I've really practiced because, you know, I pretty much do this podcast and don't really. I always tell myself I don't have time for it, but that's bullcrap. I can make time for it, you know. But yeah. Man. Well, before we go,
yeah, I agree. You got to go where your muse leads you. Lately, I've been writing a lot of poetry.
Oh, that's cool.
Semesters. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. And with poetry, you could do other things with it. You could do readings with it. I mean, you could do readings of short stories too, but the long ones, it's like how long is a story? How long is the reading going to take? What's going on? Is it a good story? If it's a good short story, and the prose is kind of poetic, as it is inviting, okay, people will sit down and listen. But poetry, man, you can do that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Peach, it's great having you on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like this, press the like button, share, and subscribe. Right now, we're sitting at still 5 likes. I didn't get to take a shot of that delicious rum coffee thing. Okay. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks very much for having me on. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, it's no problem. No problem. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. You guys, ladies, have a good one.